Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Thoughts That Matter. Today I'm gonna share my thoughts about what is the 5 important secrets of effective communication. See, communication is very important for all of us. In any relationship, whether it is a parent-child relationship, husband and wife, teacher-student relationship, or any other relationship, it is very important how we communicate, and most of our problems are because of communication, because we are not able to share our point of view, because we are not able to express ourselves, because we are not able to understand the other person. So I understand that communication plays a very important role in everybody's life, and is something that communication is something that we need to learn, and we need to practice, and we need to improve on ourselves. Most of the time, the communication that we have with somebody who we do not like, or somebody we have a conflict with, is it comes from a point of view of ego, wherein we become egoistic, or we give more focus on our ego, and we try to put forth our point instead of understanding what the other person is saying. So I feel communication is very important, and it is a skill that can be practiced, and that can be learned, and we can change ourselves. It is not possible for us to change somebody else. It is not at all possible for us, no matter what techniques you learn, no matter what do you do, no matter to who you go, and however you try to help that person, you cannot change the person. We do not have a power to change a person, but we can definitely change ourselves. We can definitely remove ourselves from some situations which is not favorable or which is not good. So based on that, I have got this video today to share with you all what are the secret of communication. There are 5 important tips of communication. And when we talk about communication, we are never taught how to communicate. We are taught how to read, write, how to eat, how to sit, but nobody actually teaches us how do we talk to another person, how do we deal our problems, how do we solve our issues and concerns. So when we talk about communication, basically in psychology, there are 2 important theories that most people, or a psychologist or a trainer, believes in. Okay, so there are 2 important theories. First one is called as a deficit theory. The deficit theory is deficit theory. It actually believes that communication is skill. Okay, that we do not have some kind of skill, and that's why we are not able to communicate to another person, or we need to develop our skills. So that's called as deficit theory. And the next one is called as the motivational theory. In the motivational theory, at times what happens, we are not motivated to talk to a person. It is not important for us to like everybody, and at times we do not feel connected to a person. It can be your boss, it can be your colleagues, it can be your family members, it can be your neighbors who you do not like. There are people who we do not like. So there is something it is something very inherent with us, that we need to be motivated to like someone and talk to them and share our views. Sometimes I use this refer called as magic button. If you, for an instance, think that you have a magic button and you press that button, do you feel you would try to talk or share your thoughts to a person who you do not like? Most probably no. If I was in your place, I would not want to press that magic button, because I do not want to. So there are 3 important things when we talk about communication, that first we have to decide. So it is a very important thing to make a decision, whether do we want to talk to that person. Does that person make any difference in our life? Do we need to communicate to them? Is it gonna help? Is it gonna be of helpful, or is it gonna be helpful for us if we communicate to that person? So these are the important decisions. First we need to see if, and whatever we choose among themselves, when we write on the advantages and disadvantages of talking to a person and communicating to that person, we need to understand what are the advantages and disadvantages, and move forward with that. Whether do we need that person in our life? So that is the very important thing. Now, David Burns is a famous psychologist. He has given us 5 important tools, and he says these 5 important tools are very helpful for us to communicate with anybody. So in this 5 important tools, there are 3 important things that we need to understand. So the first one is empathy, the second one is assertiveness, and the third one is respect. So all the five important things are based on these three important aspects, that is empathy, assertiveness, and respect. So what is the first important point to improve our communication or make our communication effective and efficient? That is called, the technique is called as disarming. Now what does disarming mean? For example, take an instance wherein a husband and wife is having a conversation, or they are having a they are upset with each other. So the husband tells the wife, you never listen to me, you do not understand what I am trying to say, you are not getting what I am saying. So in disarming method, what do? In disarming method, instead of keeping quiet, now when the husband says you're not listening to me, most of the wives, what they do, they just keep quiet, they do not answer. So when you do that, what does that show? It shows that what he is saying is actually true, you are not listening to that person. So in disarming, what can you do is, you can tell that person, okay, I understand, I am listening to you, I am listening to you, what you're trying to say. So what happens in this technique, when you accept it and when you say yes, I am listening, the person front of you will automatically will feel a little relaxed, will come in a comfort zone, will get an understanding, okay fine, now she's listening to me, or now he is listening to me. So this is called as disarming. The second one is a very important again, that is thought empathy and feeling empathy. Now, thought empathy and feeling empathy is very important, because we need to understand what other person is feeling and what other person is going through. So we need to develop this skill within ourselves. So when we say about thought empathy is nothing but paraphrasing. Now, if a husband is saying, I feel you never listen to me, I feel you never, care about me, you just do what you want to do and you are not respecting me. So what do you do in this situation? You paraphrase the sentence. So when you paraphrase the sentence, when the person who is telling you all these things listens for himself, that okay, the wife can say, okay, I can understand, you feel that I'm not respecting you, you feel that I'm not listening to you, you feel that I'm not giving you importance, this is what you feel. So then the person automatically calms down and tries to realize more about himself, that what is he trying to tell you. So the husband will try to understand what he is trying to tell the wife. And the third, and the person also feels heard, like okay, somebody is there to listen to me, somebody is there to listen to my point of view. Now the third part is called, a third important skill is called as inquiry. Okay, in this it is called as inquiry component, and it is important method, because in this you can come to know more about a person's emotion and understand what he or she is going through. So in this situation which I am explaining to you between husband and wife, what the wife can do, the wife can ask questions like, okay, so this is how you feel, can you tell me more, like what else do you feel about me, is there anything else you want me to change, is there anything else you want to express, is there anything else you want to add on. So when you do that, you are giving a person an opportunity to express himself more or herself more, and explore the areas where they are thinking, explore the areas about what they are talking. So this gives you and that person more time to discuss and more time to understand the situation. Now the fourth important point is called as assertiveness. Now what does assertiveness means? David always has made a focus on to start assertiveness sentences or start assertiveness feeling by saying I feel, you know. So when the inquiry is over, when the wife has asked, okay, why do you feel like this, is there anything there you want to add, so what you can say in assertiveness. Now what do you think, how the wife will feel when the husband says, you never listen to me, you are doing what you want to do, you are not empathizing to my feelings, I am doing so much of work, I am doing so many things for the family. So what do you feel the wife feels? Probably the wife may get upset, she is feeling angry, she is feeling, what is he talking, I do everything, even I am doing, I am a part of it. So in this technique of assertiveness, what the wife can do is use the statements starting with I. Focus on I. So she can say, you know what, I feel that I might have done that sometimes, or I feel that I made you feel like this, and I feel disappointed that I have, you know, made you go through all these things. So when we do like this, what happens? You're focusing on yourself. You are also telling how you are feeling. So here what happens? There is a two-way communication. It's not only the husband who is expressing himself, but even the wife in an assertive way can tell what she is feeling. And coming up to the last point, this last point is a very important point. Without this point, you cannot have any type of communication. Let it be with anybody. And especially in this situation, this point is very important, and it's called as respect. So we need to maintain respect, and whenever we are talking to somebody, we need to have respect. Unless and until you do not respect, or you do not show respect. Now respect can be shown verbally and non-verbally. It can be through the way of you seeing that person, or the way you're talking to that person, your posture, your eye contact, your facial expressions, all that matters. And through words, that yes, I respect you, yes, I value your opinion, is very important to be communicated. So this is also an important thing that you need to consider. So basically these are the 5 techniques for effective communication, that is disarming, thought empathy or thought feeling, then inquiry component, assertiveness, and the last one is respect. Now David has also used a term called as stroking when it comes to respect. So what do you do actually in this? You stroke a person, and you are stroking the ego of the person, and sometimes you can use it for yourself also. So you can get more respect for yourself, and you can give respect to another person also. David also calls this technique, these 5 techniques, as YEAR, that is empathy, assertiveness, and respect. So these are the 3 important things, including all those 5 components that come into these 3 important things. And I hope these effective techniques can really help you in your daily life. It can be with your friends, it can be with your neighbors, it can be with your teachers, it can be with your colleagues in the office, it can be with your boss, it can be with your wife, it can be with your parent. There are so many numerous situations there where we need to communicate with different people, and sometimes people which we do not like. So these are very important techniques, and I hope you have found this very helpful. If you have any thoughts regarding communication, if you want to ask me, if you want to improve something, then please write in the comment box and I will get back to you. And if you want me to share some more views on some different topics, you can even mention that, and I will definitely make sure that I come up with material, or come up with the techniques that you can use for those things. So please make sure you comment and have happy thoughts, and remember that your thoughts matter. And take care and be safe in this pandemic situation. It's a very difficult situation wherein we are getting lots of frustrated feelings, frustrated thoughts, because we are living with our loved ones, which we were never able to give time to them, and now we are forced to give time to them. So there can be instances where you do not want to talk to the person, or you do not want to see. So these communications techniques will definitely help you. So take care. Bye. Thank you.